Hello and welcome back to another video. Welcome back to the YouTube channel. Make sure to smash the like button and subscribe if you're new. Thank you for the support recently. It's been great. We're trying to hit 500 subscribers before the end of the year. So if you can make that happen, that'll be fantastic. These two videos today, I've got two videos. I might just combine them into one. I still haven't planned it yet. It's about England, guys. It's about England because England are playing tomorrow, I'm pretty sure. I haven't really been keeping up with the calendar for the tournament as much. I kind of just look kind of a bit last minute to see what games are on. Obviously, we saw Scotland yesterday. That was quite funny. It was quite interesting as well. I've never really cared about Scotland, not even in the arrogant sense, but I've not like even though I'm a big England fan, I've not really had any sort of hatred or liking towards Scotland. I've not really cared at all. But with England, obviously, there's been a lot of talk, and when England underachieve, there's a lot of talk in the media. Of course, there is, because the whole thing is, before the tournament, they overhype everyone to think they're gonna do something mad, and then they're disappointed when England underachieve. Now, I am very much of the person that Southgate isn't good enough. I'm very much of the person that some of these players are very overrated. But I'm also very much of the person that this squad could do more than, sitting behind the ball for 90 minutes against Denmark to draw 1-1. Because I'm not really trying to hear excuses from anyone, whether it comes from the players, the fans, or the manager. Especially when the manager's like, oh, well, these players aren't fit enough. Well, how about you call up players that are fit then? How about you call up players that have actually got good fitness? Now, the only thing I will say to defend Gareth there, is we've talked about a long time where these footballers have had too many games. The top European players probably go through too many games because they have pointless competitions such as, the Club World Cup is going to be extended. That is only going to get worse from here. The Nations League is bullshit. They tried to use this thing that the Nations League was because to make it more competitive and friendly. Nobody cares about the Nations League, I can promise you that. But what I will say also to counteract that point that I just made is that England aren't the only nation that are going to go through a lot of internationals that will play a lot of games, for example. France will do the same. I'm pretty sure even Denmark maybe. But France, for example, all the top nations like France, Germany, Spain, Portugal, they're all going to go through the same sort of thing where they have a lot of, well-known, big-name players that have played probably over 40 games a season. Yes, that's why a Rice, a Saka, even a Bowen for England will look tired. Kane always just looks tired. That's just the way he looks. Bellingham's going to look tired. Yeah, that is true, but it's not like this tournament came out of nowhere. You knew this tournament was going to come after May. You knew this tournament was happening a long time ago. So there's not really much of an excuse in that sense. If we're looking at, what I really want to talk about is the mentality. And I've talked about this before. I'm pretty sure I talked about this when I did my video before the tournament doing why England won't win the tournament. I'm pretty sure I talked about this, and it's kind of carried on into, the tournament in itself. And this is what always happens. I'm all for people of the YouTube space actually getting opportunities to go mainstream. And let me land because it's all going to spin around. But when you see people with, the lanyards getting into big spaces, they usually change their opinion. Or they will say a typical opinion because if they say anything negative, they might not get out there with the opportunities that they have with, with the big brands and stuff. And don't get me wrong, that is a goal for me one day, to work with the big brands one day. But what I would never do is sell out. And a lot of these people that, are constantly defending what they're seeing with England are the people that have sold out. And they can't even say they're frustrated because if they do, they won't get those same mainstream opportunities that they do. I'm not going to say any names, but I've seen on Twitter like, oh, unpopular opinion, but I actually think we should be getting behind the team and support the team and all that. Basically, if you criticize anyone, this happens at club level as well. I know Arsenal fans go through this. I know even West Ham fans, Man United fans, etc. They go through this where if they're heavily critical of their club and they want to hold their club to a higher standard, it's instantly seen as negative, ungrateful, and all of that, and yeah, those kind of words. Because England haven't won anything in the 60s, we are not allowed to wish for anything more. Now, surely, if you haven't won anything since the 60s, you should actually even be even more frustrated the fact that it's gone longer with you not being able to win something. Not, or, oh, we haven't won anything in time. Let's just get used to not winning. I think a lot of people that also have this opinion only go to games for the day out, and it, excuse me, and they don't really care about the results-based side of the game. They only really care about, having a day out with your mates and stuff like that. Listen, I'm all for having a day out with your mates, but I'm also all for whoever I'm supporting at the time winning. West Ham and England. And we actually went through this similar thing where, as a fan base, we were constantly warring with each other with talking about opinions on boys and stuff. And this similar thing happened, and the problem is that I will never get the argument of, oh, but England got to a final, a semi-final, and a quarter-final, and all that. Yeah, did they win it? No, they didn't. Like, it's nothing to hold in high regards to participate in a final, participate in a semi-final, participate in a quarter-final, because when you come up against them high-end players, them high-end teams, you can see England are not built for that. And nobody's saying also that England have the best squad in the thing, but England should be up there regardless. And and we will see probably in the future worse international squads than England win things, because guess what? They know how to pick their coaches, and the coaches know how to pick balanced teams. This team isn't balanced enough. There's not actually probably a profile that is similar to Declan Rice for, let's say Declan Rice continued to play like how he did against Denmark. If Declan Rice was to come out, there isn't someone like him that can come in, Adam Wharton's the closest to that. But even Adam Wharton, we've seen him playing a pivot on the right side, left side, both feet, literally is not fazed by anything in the game. Like, he's not fazed by any sort of situation in the game. Good at winning the ball back high up the pitch, and good at, distributing the play quite quickly into the attacking players, like everyone in front of him. And that moves me on to Adam Wharton. Like, if I'm the England manager, well, Gareth Southgate has fucked this. And the reason why I say that is because I'm looking at the left side of the pitch. I'm looking at the left wing spot. I'm looking at the left back spot. I think Anthony Gordon should start because it gives something different. I know it sounds bad. It's not a fashionable name, Anthony Gordon and stuff. I'm not saying bench Phil Foden. I'm saying play Phil Foden in the middle. And I'll get on to why I'm going to bench the big players in a minute. But Tyrick Mitchell is a left back that had a good end to the season because Crystal Palace were doing really well. Now, I know Crystal Palace have a lot of players in this squad already. And I'm not even just saying that every England squad should be picked solely on form all the time. But Luke Shaw is injured, and he's still injured to this day. He missed training yesterday. God knows if he's training today, but put it this way, he's not playing against Slovenia. Kieran Trippier destroys all kinds of build-up play at left at left back, and so will Joe Gomez, with both of them being right-footed. It's not like they play inverted, and it's not like they can play inverted either. And it's not like Gareth Southgate knows how to coach someone inverted, coach someone to play inverted and all that. You just put Trent there. That's it. So he's destroyed the whole balance of the team. There's no proper number 6 that will help out Declan Rice. Some people say, oh, but the Calvin Phillips replacement. You've got Kobbie Mainoo and Adam Wharton right there, bro. You're playing Conor Gallagher. That doesn't help. You take off Trent thing. Taking off Trent made sense if you had put a Mainoo or Wharton on. Or you took off Walker and put Trent at right back, for God's sakes, because Kyle Walker's been shit. Like, he's done some good things, but he's also done some really shit things as well. And I would just say, just rest Kyle Walker for if he was going to come up against a bigger nation. You know, when you come up against an Mbappe, and I don't rate Rafael Leao to the highest degree, but Kyle Walker would be a better matchup to Leao than a Trent, for example. That's just my thing. Excuse me. But yeah, the whole left-back situation has completely messed up any sort of lineup that Gareth Southgate wants to do, which is why Tyrick Mitchell should have been called up. Because people would have been like, what about Ben Chilwell? Ben Chilwell has been absolutely dead for the past 18 months to 2 years. Ben Chilwell has never really been that good. It's just Thomas Tuchel got the best out of him in a 3-at-the-back system. Tyrick Mitchell, for example, let's say Rico Henry was fit. Rico Henry has a long-term injury from Brentford. I would honestly call up Mitchell and Henry over Shaw and Chilwell any day of the week. Because Luke Shaw cannot run for more than 40 minutes. Because he would just get tired. And just tired all the time. The guy can't stay fit. The guy cannot stay fit. Move on from the Luke Shaws of this world. That's what Man United should be doing as well. But Man United fans seem to think that, you know, all their players are fine and the manager's fine. But I don't know why they keep underachieving every year. They can't say the Glazers this time because apparently it's Big Sir Jim and Ineos. So we will see what happens with Man United. But moving on back into the midfield. Now, Jude Bellingham was awful against Denmark. He's not an awful player. I'm not one of these people that I'm gonna, you know, call him arrogant and stuff like that, because I don't know him. And because the bigger you are, the harder you fall. It's the typical thing in this country. They build you up to bring you down, and that's what Jude Bellingham is suffering from, unfortunately, from this country. And if I'm Jude Bellingham, I'm either going to ignore it or I'm going to start actually showing arrogance towards people and my critics. Like, the guy literally plays for Real Madrid for a reason. They don't get many things wrong, Real Madrid. He might be the worst midfielder that Madrid have, but that's not really necessarily a bad thing. But hear what I'm saying about Bellingham. I think he should be benched. I do think he looks tired. I do think he shouldn't be only used as a box crasher either. And when you play someone in the number 10, you've got to play someone like a Foden there. You know, play someone like an Eze. You know, those are the options we have as a number 10. But Gareth Southgate is a bit like David Moyes. He'll play his most creative players out wide. It's not like a Barry Eze and Phil Foden don't work hard off the ball for you to, you know, be exactly like, be naive off the ball either. Because it's not like England are good off the ball now. And I would bench Bellingham. I would bench him. I've been, like, whether it's Kobbie Mainoo or Adam Wharton, I really don't mind. I think I would play Adam Wharton. I just want to see what he's like on a big stage. We'll see what Kobbie Mainoo's like on a big stage. Very good technical player. I've always maintained that he's the best Man United player that Man United have, going back to Manchester United. When you watch Manchester United, they don't really know what they're doing on the pitch, but Kobbie Mainoo looks like he's going to keep the ball out of everyone. And when they pass it to anyone else on the pitch, they just don't look as technically secure as Kobbie Mainoo. Obviously, Bruno Fernandes has a great final ball, but I'm just saying, in general possession, you know, in the deeper positions, in the number 8 spot, you want Kobbie Mainoo to be anywhere on the pitch. And I'll go to say for Adam Wharton, he's one of the most comfortable players on the ball that is English right now. One of the most comfortable on the ball English players. The guy is sensational. I can't believe he was he didn't get snapped up, you know, sort of in the summer. Yeah, I've just seen, funny enough, as I'm doing this video, and I'm talking about Adam Wharton, the reason why I turn my head like this is because I just saw a notification from David Ornstein talking about Conor Gallagher is going to be the starting 11 for England, in the final game, which I think I knew was going to happen, but this is the problem now. I'm going to keep talking about this. I was talking about technically secure players, and I was talking about balance. Conor Gallagher literally ran around like a headless chicken and got a yellow card. I don't think Gareth Southgate gives anything about this tournament anymore, purely because he knows that he's gone after this. Good riddance. I don't respect the people that respect him. I don't respect him. I haven't respected an England manager since I've been an England fan. I don't respect the FA either, because they're going to pick someone that is like Graham Potter, for example. I think because Graham Potter didn't get the Leicester job, you're going to see Graham Potter or Eddie Howe get the job next, and it won't be a foreign manager. I don't know who I would get. Because obviously, Jurgen Klopp's available. Jurgen Klopp ain't coming. Jurgen Klopp's tired. Jurgen Klopp's German. I'm pretty sure he wouldn't want to manage England. And I'm pretty sure he's saying he's taking a break. And also, after managing Liverpool as well, probably the most anti-English team there is. Them and Everton, of course, because they're Scouse. I don't really care about that stuff. But, yeah, this is my opinion. Like, Conor Gallagher just isn't the guy, man. I just never thought he was the guy. He offers a lot of energy. He can strike a ball quite well. And he's also a box crasher. And I generally think that Southgate, obviously he's going to play him in the 8, but he would play him in the 10 over Foden and Eze, funny enough. I think Vieira got the best out of him when he just said, don't even get involved in build-up play, just crash the box. And that's how you got the best out of Conor Gallagher. I think he's now suffering from that season because he's one of them players now. He'll have an occasional good game. And then people will be like, what are you saying about Conor Gallagher now? He's one of them players. It's the same as Thomas Suchek for us. It's the same as McTominay for Man United. Those similar molds of players are just... Gallagher's the fastest one. He's pretty much why Jordan Henderson isn't in the squad anymore. If Conor Gallagher was injured, Jordan Henderson would be there. Because Conor Gallagher's a faster Jordan Henderson with not as much leadership. I think he's gaining some leadership after taking some of the games as captain as a Chelsea player, and he actually doesn't seem like a bad captain, to be fair. He seemed like a better captain than Chilwell. But I don't think he should have been called up. But I had a feeling he'd get put in there over Wharton and Mainu. And if Southgate was to say himself that Adam Wharton is a profile player that England have been missing for a very long time, then why is Conor Gallagher starting over him? I do not know. I was going to do 2 videos on why Adam Wharton should start and why England have a mentality problem, but I've combined it all into one video. If we're getting onto the front three in a striker situation, yes, Harry Kane isn't moving enough. So maybe try on Ollie Watkins, try on Ivan Toney. And I would say Ollie Watkins over Ivan Toney for this situation, just because of, as the BBC were discussing the other day, about running in behind and stuff. Even Alan Shearer was angry. I love Ivan Toney. I actually prefer him to Watkins. However, putting Ivan Toney instead of Harry Kane, you're going to have a similar problem of no one running in behind. And he's also not going to play Anthony Gordon, who is someone that is a profile that England are kind of missing. I know he didn't play well in the friendly, but I believe he can do a job. I'm not even going to be that kind of guy who's a West Ham fan that's going to be like, I'll just start Bowen over Saka. I don't think Saka's been that bad, to be completely honest with you. I think Saka's been one of the better players of the 2 games. I believe he's the only one trying to stretch teams going inside and out. And I believe Phil Foden should start as well. Everyone was doing this whole Foden-Saka debate. They should just both start. They should just both start for England. Like, there isn't a debate. They both play different positions. They should both be regular starters for England in their positions. I'm not doing this whole Saka left wing back either. I've seen that as well. That's ridiculous. We're not going to 3 at the back. 3 at the back is not going to solve anything. England will go through, but they're probably going to face whoever comes second in the group with France, Austria, Poland, and Netherlands. I don't know who England are going to face, but I do think if England come up against an Austria, France, or Netherlands, that they will be knocked out of the first knockout round. But yeah, that is my opinion on England. Let me know what you guys think. Big up to Mark Guehi as well. I believe he deserves credit. Been one of the positives of England as well. Guehi and Stones is a good partnership, to be fair. You know, Stones looks like he's been shot in the leg about 5 times. Make sure to like the video. Make sure to subscribe if you are new. Social medias are in the description if you want to follow me. The email for the inquiries. We're on the road to 500 subscribers. So if you can make that happen, that'll be great. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.